Imagine witnessing a road accident. Within minutes, someone says it was staged. Another insists it was a ritual killing. A third claims it is proof that the government has failed. Before long, someone posts a video from 3 years ago and says it happened today. And before anyone asks for evidence, thousands have already chosen what to believe. Think about it. When did we become a people who find rumors easier to trust than facts? And what happens to a nation when trust itself begins to disappear? Good evening, and welcome to Make It Make Sense, where we take stories shaping Nigeria and strip away the noise. No bias, no propaganda, just sense. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. Some of you call me Fudge. Tonight, we are talking about trust. Not just trust in government, but trust in institutions, in information, and increasingly in one another. Because when trust begins to disappear, the consequences reach much further than we often imagine. Now, here is where the conversation becomes especially interesting. Most of us think trust is something personal. You trust your family, your friends, your doctor, your pastor or imam, your colleague. But trust is much bigger than that. It is the invisible thread that allows a society to function. When you deposit money in a bank, you are trusting a system. When you obey traffic lights, you are trusting that others will do the same. When you read a news report, you trust that someone has checked the facts. When you vote, you trust that your vote counts. The remarkable thing about trust is this. We hardly notice it when it is present. We only begin to appreciate it when it starts to disappear. To understand this better, let us look at what has quietly changed around us. We live in an age where information reaches us faster than ever before. But speed has not necessarily produced certainty. Every day, our phones are flooded with headlines, voice notes, screenshots, and videos. Some are true. Many are misleading. Others are completely fabricated. After a while, something begins to happen. People stop asking, is this true? Instead, they ask, does this sound believable? Or worse still, does this confirm what I already think? And that is how rumors become stronger than evidence. That is how suspicion begins to replace confidence. And once suspicion becomes a habit, it spreads far beyond social media. It affects business, education, healthcare, justice, and even our personal relationships. Because people who stop trusting institutions eventually struggle to trust one another. But let us separate reality from assumption. Let us be honest. Trust is not built by demanding it. It is earned through consistency. Institutions lose credibility when they fail to be transparent. Leaders lose credibility when their words and actions no longer match. Media houses lose the media loses credibility when speed becomes more important than accuracy. And we as ordinary people lose credibility when we forward information without checking whether it is true. Think about it. How many times have we shared something because it was dramatic? How many times have we concluded someone was guilty before hearing the full story? How many times have we rewarded outrage more than evidence? You see, trust does not disappear overnight. It erodes one careless decision at a time. And rebuilding it always takes much longer than destroying it. So, what should we take from all this? A healthy democracy does not depend only on elections. It depends on trust. Trust that laws will be applied fairly. Trust that institutions will improve when they make mistakes. Trust that facts still matter. None of us can rebuild every institution overnight, but each of us can decide to become more trustworthy. We can verify before sharing. We can admit when we are wrong. We can disagree without spreading falsehoods. We can value evidence over excitement because every act of honesty, however small, strengthens the foundation of public trust. And perhaps this is the question which should all carry with us tonight. If tomorrow morning you could no longer trust your bank or your hospital or your newspaper or your neighbor, how will your life change? Hmm. Now imagine millions of people feeling exactly the same way. That is why trust is not some abstract idea. It is part of the infrastructure of every functioning society. And perhaps rebuilding it does not begin in grand conference halls or government offices. Perhaps it begins with something much simpler: keeping our word, checking our facts, doing the right thing even when nobody is watching. Because trust grows quietly, but so does distrust. The choice, in many ways, belongs to all of us. So we say clarity is power. Let us seek it. Let us protect it. And let us make it make sense.